Today, how was your weekend? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Look, hi, I'm in my caravan and I'm just getting ready for dinner. I'm getting ready a little bit early, mainly just to I don't know, beat the kids being hungry, I guess, because we've been fishing a lot. We've been spending a lot of outdoor time the last few days, and they're pretty tired. So they need the early dinner, which means I need to be organised. Otherwise, they hit hangry, and that's not fun. So I am trying to be really organised today and be on a bit earlier, getting sorted. Now, today we're having a bit of a mixed match of dinner because we're kind of trying to run the fridge down now and get everything done before we head home. I've got a bit of a mismatch of things. So I've got some cauliflower, some broccolini that was looking sad, some carrot, I've got some pumpkin, we've got some leftover buttered fish, and we've just caught more fish today, so there's going to be more fish. I've got some sausages that need eating. I still do have a freezer sauce as well. That'll be tomorrow night's dinner, which is our last night, and I'll probably put that with some halloumi or something like that, not sure yet. But tonight I thought what I'd do is I'd actually make like a veggie bake. So what I've done so far is I've actually steamed my veggies. I'll just come over here and grab these. I steamed these all in the varoma. So this is predominantly cauliflower, but there's also some broccolini that was a bit sad and some carrots. And they steamed for 20 minutes in the varoma. Just over 500 mils of water. Now I've loosely based it off this recipe, which is called cauliflower cheese from the UK. But there's an US recipe, there's an Australian recipe. You can just pick and choose really. But when I say loosely based it off there, I pretty much used its cook time of 25 minutes to cook that. I also cooked a whole corn on top because the kids got some corn at the markets the other day. But now what I want to do is I actually want to use the white sauce recipe from here. So white sauce, if you've never made white sauce in a Thermomix, you need to give it a go. It is the most lump-free white sauce ever because it stirs for you. So it takes the guesswork out. What I'm going to do on my TM6 is I'm going to, rather than start cooking, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to start from my white sauce step, which I've just realized I haven't got the flour out for, so I'll grab that in a second. If you've got a TM5, you can scroll down at your start screen and you'll find your preparation steps underneath. On a TM6, we can scroll down and start from anywhere. By the way, you can see my bowl's still hot from the water that was in there before. Now, what I am going to do first, just backtracking, because I just realized I haven't done it, is I need to grate my Parmesan cheese. So this is going to flavor it. Now, I did bring Parmesan away. I haven't got the full 200 grams. I'm just going to do about 100 grams. I feel like 200 is a fair amount. By the way, Parmesan, it's smaller than the dial, but no thicker than the dial, okay? That's your general rule of thumb for cheese. So I've got, oh, you can't even tell I was leaning on the machine. Never mind. I think it's about 100 grams. It's about half a block. I'm going to chop this down. Grating cheese in a Thermomix is so easy. So no buying grated cheese once you go to Thermomix. You just grate it down from block, whether it's tasty cheese or whether it's Parmesan like this where it's the hard cheese, you grate it down. So I'm going to spin this dial, it's going to grate, and while it does it, I'm going to find my flour. So this has got 8 seconds, speed 7. There we go, awesome. How good is it that you've got the spare time with the Thermomix to be able to find your ingredients that you've forgotten to get out? Okay, so we're going to transfer this aside. Now, just a little note on cheese. You don't want to go too high with your speed and you don't want to go too long because you'll start getting like a cheese spread. It will just start getting into clumps, and you do want your cheese to be cold and preferably a bowl as well. But you know, I'm just going to use what I've got. Do I have, well, that's different. That's what happens when you knock your base off as well. By the way, always make sure your base is locked on. Just don't knock it off when you're doing that. All right, there we go. Cheese in. There's a little bit of cheese left. It won't matter though. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my recipe details and I'm going to kick off now. So normally they would now put the water in here, they put the veggies on top and they'd steam them, but I've done that. Wanted to do that earlier. So now we're coming down to the flour step. So we need to place into our Thermomix 50 grams of flour. Now I've just got gluten-free flour. Plain flour is what it calls for. You could use baker's flour if you've got bakers because you're a bread maker and you love to make your own bread. Okay, next up it's got unsalted butter, 40 grams. I'm just guesstimating. I took a chunk off earlier out of the fridge. It's really hot here today. Oh my goodness, 40 grams. That doesn't happen very often. All right, 500 mils of milk. So let me grab my milk. Just finishing off, and we're actually using dairy milk today because it came away with this and we still haven't used it all up. And then I say I'm happy for some more. But you could use any milk. So we often will use almond milk, we'll use coconut milk, and it works perfectly fine. The thing to know if you're doing an alternative milk though, is do make sure you put your seasonings in well, because otherwise you will taste like you're having coconut thickened milk. You will taste it. It doesn't, you know, it is going to hold that flavor. So you'd want to be putting your nutmeg in. You want to put your salt and pepper in to kind of cut through that flavor. Okay, some salt and some pepper to finish up. Now we don't put nutmeg in here just because I actually don't particularly like nutmeg. But this is actually it. This is how easy making your own white sauce in Thermomix is. Some pepper, by the way, just use whatever pepper you've got. Just happens to be what I've got in the van. On with my lid, and this is now going to cook for 7 minutes on its own, 90 degrees, and then it's going to be done. At that step then, it's going to ask me to put in some of my cheese, and then it's going to ask me to sprinkle that over the top of my beautiful cooked veggies. Top it with this, and it goes under a griller or in an oven for not long. I can't remember, I think it's 10 minutes. So really, really quick and simple. So I'm going to get that cooking. I'm going to leave it sit then in the oven. I'll turn the oven off, but just let it sit there so that it's ready for when the kids hit hungry later and need some food. But give this recipe a go. This, as I said, this version's off the UK, but there is an Australian version and a US version. It just happens to be what I found when I looked up cauliflower. So, by the way, also add some eggs if you want, if you like eggs as well. Anyway, guys, let me know if I can help you with anything regarding your Thermomix. I'm here to inspire you to get more out of your Thermomix. You'll find me here daily. Also, some of you guys, I've been asking questions lately. I'd love to know where you're finding my videos most helpful. So, I do have an Instagram account, although it's not as well manned, so to speak, because this Facebook is my primary place that I turn up every single day. When I am home, I will show up on Insta as well. I also have a website, tmxingadventures.com.au, where I'm about to start going live once I'm home and can set that up as well. So you'll find me on there. If you're not on social media all the time, you can subscribe to that. I've also got YouTube. YouTube is actually really handy for those things that I make that take a bit of time. Like there's some things I can't show you on a live because it would take too much time, like cheeses, ricotta, halloumi, feta. They've got those times where it's got to sit and stuff like that in it. So you'll find on YouTube those ones where I've been able to stop and start videos to show you how to use that. So do check me out on YouTube. It's Lisa Keegan TMX if you want to find me on YouTube to see some of those longer videos. Well, actually, they're not that much longer, but they're plugged together, if that makes sense. So you can cook along and pause them if you'd like. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic afternoon and evening. Do tell your friends about your amazing Thermomix and what it does for your kitchen. By all means, reach out if I can help you in any way. Get a Thermomix on your bench or get more out of your Thermomix. That's what I love to do, is make sure you are getting the most out of your investment. I will see you tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon sometime. So see you then. Bye, guys.